Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Louise. I'm joining you today with something other than black. I realise that I wear black all the time and I've been getting into colour therapy a bit recently, ever since my day in the sunflowers and realising how important colour is. So I've been trying to make a little bit more of an effort to wear colours and not just black all the time. But anyway, the title of today's video is why we have to get okay with being rubbish at stuff or not very good at stuff. It's a very English term, isn't it? Rubbish. It's why we have to be okay with not being good at stuff, because it's an important stage that we're all going to go through. To get good at something and to become really successful at something, you have to be okay with being rubbish at it for a bit, because no one's going to just start something and be amazing. Even geniuses are still going to start off learning the ropes to some degree, like natural geniuses. They still have years of practice to get to the level where you then are like, wow, this person's a genius. So a lot of people I've noticed, just they can't get past that stage of not being very good at something, and so they never do it. And it really, in my opinion, holds a lot of people back from doing things that they're passionate about, because they don't like that first initial stage of not being good at something. And you also see it in the gym, where people say they don't want to go to the gym because they feel so unfit. That's a perfect time to go to the gym. That's when the gym is the best. But they can't get through that block because they feel like they're so far away from being great at the gym, and they're so unfit that they struggle to get to the gym at all. And it's like this with everything in life. And I think we have to really, really make peace with being rubbish at stuff, being useless at it. It's okay. We're just starting. And everybody starts there. Sometimes when you look back on people's channels, they remove their early videos, but everybody starts off to be a very different person to the polished, chic videos of, some of the top content creators. And, artists always start. I saw a great video the other day where somebody showed their drawing progress over a year, and they drew every single day for, I think it was 3 years, they drew every single day, and they went from drawing virtually stick people to almost photographic style realism. It was incredible to see. I'm somebody who actually does pick things up very, very quickly. I've always been somebody that's changed my career multiple times throughout my life. I often do multiple things simultaneously. It's probably a little bit ADHD. But I have to be always learning new things and pushing myself in new directions. So I've become really comfortable with just not being very good at stuff. And I've had friends say to me, "Oh, but you're so confident," and it's not that and they sort of think that I think I'm really great at these things. It's not that I have the confidence to do them because I think I'm good. I have the confidence to do them because I've already in my life seen myself become good at something. So I know that system is applicable to many different things. I started photography when I was pretty young, just in the middle of university, and I completely taught myself photography. And I did end up, I don't really do it anymore, but I did end up shooting for Vogue Brides. I did a massive campaign. I shot King Charles now, Prince at the time. And I did lots of fashion magazines, and I completely taught myself. And when I first started, I remember it clear as day. I was taking little selfies of myself in my room before selfies were popular, artistic ones on a tripod. And that was how I started getting into photography and editing. And then I started shooting my friends, and, then I worked up to models. But at the beginning, people definitely, when I said I wanted to be a photographer, looked at me as if, I had to overcome. And I think because I overcame a lot at that young age, it meant that throughout the rest of my life, I've never really cared about that stage or that period where people look at you and clearly don't think you can do it, because I know that if you apply yourself, you get through that stage, you will get better, and then you'll become great, and then you will start getting paid work. I've put it into action. I've seen it. I know that it works. And once you've applied it a couple of times, you can start to be much more confident at being okay in that area where you're not very good at something, because it's just a precursor to becoming great at something. And I honestly look around and see so many people stop themselves at that first stage, and I think it's such a shame, because that's why everybody isn't doing their passion, isn't it? Because they get put off at that early stage. It's sort of put there as a barrier, so only the people that stick it through can get there. It's reminded me recently, because I've started doing pole dancing. I absolutely love it, because I was going to the gym before, and I'd started gradually losing interest with the gym, and I never really pushed myself, if I'm honest. I just sort of plateaued and did the same exercises for God knows how long, how many years. And I just love being able to push my body and push the strength, so everything hurts afterwards. I haven't felt that for so long. It's such an amazing feeling, and just to be getting better at something and picking up a skill that I personally find very artistic and beautiful. I've just been loving it, but I haven't cared about being rubbish because that's part of the journey. And actually, when everything's really, really easy down the line is actually when it starts to get boring. Hence why I've done so many different things in my life, because I love that stage of pushing myself and wanting to improve. Actually, once something becomes very easy for you, it sort of can lose a bit of the sparkle. So it's good to enjoy every stage of growing and improving at something, because I think we always want to be there, or we don't want to get started at all. Or I notice this in people, and yeah, it's a mentality that is really, really holding you back. If you want to get really great at something, you have to get okay with being really bad at it as well, because there isn't anybody that's started something. I'm doing it with art. After photography, I got into art, and I know my art's not that amazing. I can see that I've got potential. I can see that I'm creating stuff that's unique and it's got my signature on it, but I know I've got a long way to go with art, and that's the exciting part about it, that there's so much growth and so much improvement to go. I don't think because I'm not amazing at it on my first painting that I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just like, yes, this is a journey. But anyway, I just hope that inspires some of you to be okay and embrace being bad at something. It's okay. And you'll get better at it, and then you'll get amazing at it. And that's a journey of life. And if the more we let go, actually, I find that the quicker, because everything is available, on a higher level, everything is available in the ether. We just have to kind of tap into the knowledge and the skill set. So although there is a gradual process of improvement, I definitely feel we can speed that up by allowing ourselves to channel it through. When you're playing music, there's an element of learning the ropes and learning what the keys are, but then there's an element of channeling that creativity in to get it down onto the piano, onto the instrument, onto the canvas. So it's always a two-part system, but we do have to be okay with not being very good at something. It's okay. We will get through it. We will get better. We will get great. I hope everyone is good, and I'll speak soon. Bye bye.